And Gene asks, there are 12 MVPs available for 2023. How do I know which ones I am eligible to use?
Great question, Gene. CMS has published specifications for each MVP. You can find the specs on the qpp.cms.gov website. Each MVP includes a statement in the header that says clinicians who practice in the following specialty may want to consider reporting this MVP. This statement is followed by a list of one or more specialties that CMS believes that particular MVP applies to. Applicability of MVPs is similar to applicability of individual measures in traditional MIPS, and it's similar to specialty measure sets in traditional MIPS. Assignment to specialties is a guideline but not a requirement. The only requirement is that each measure to receive a score has to meet case minimums, which in most measures is 20 eligible patients, and they has to also meet data completeness criteria. From Medicare's standpoint, it's also desirable to measure also applies to you. If you have a little familiarity with MIPS measure specifications, you realize that you can have patients and visits that qualify for a measure, even if you don't provide the care that the measure is measuring. Eligibility is typically related to patient genders, age, CBT and ICD-10 coding. And by your billing, you can be eligible for those measures without actually contributing to the measure's quality. But Medicare, for the most part, lets you be the judge if the measure applies to you. The closest Medicare comes to judging measure applicability is to assume that submission of a certain measure implies that other measures also apply to you. Eligible measure applicability, or the EMA process, is designed to put this principle into practice. Now, if you've engaged Mingle to help you with your quality submission to Medicare, we analyze your claims to determine measure eligibility. We can tell you up front with a large degree of certainty which measures for you meet case minimum standards, and we can tell you in which MVPs there are at least 4 measures your group can submit. 4 selected measures makes a complete quality submission in MVPs. Thanks, Gene, for the great question.